Ambridge Transport Limited. We are at round 6 in the USA, Road Atlanta, for 3 15-minute races. Let's take a look at the grid for this first race. So Inzi takes pole position in the McLaren, followed by Chris in second in the Mitsubishi. Moss takes third in the Aston Martin. Molson is fourth in the Mitsubishi. Dan Bailey in the Audi TT takes fifth. Pickle in the Corvette is sixth. Seventh goes to K3 in the Corvette. Cyril Carkiller in the Ferrari. Shameless Cash in the Porsche is ninth. Benzo is 10th in the Renault Megane. Savage Ginger in the 650S is 11th. 12th goes to C Broad in the Renault Megane. Tony in the V8 Vantage is 13th, and Firepower in 14th in the Audi TT. Let's get this first race underway. Can Incy get that McLaren off the start line nice and quick, which he does. So a good start here from Incy. Getting chased down by Chris in these early stages of the race in his Mitsubishi, and Moz in third in his Aston Martin. Quite a tricky little track, this one. Dan Bailey under pressure from the off from Molson. Up his rear end at the moment, currently in 6th place. Doing pretty well as Molson in this championship. One of the top runners so far. Just a few rounds to go, so we'll see how he gets on in this race. You can see still the race leader from Chris from Moz. Oh dear me, a few cars off there. Molson and Pickle go off, and someone else goes off there also, so surely this is James Cash it is. So 3 cars off there at the start of the race, so surely it's going to be a safety car. Let's go with your leader. Yeah, slowed down, so it's definitely a safety car in these early stages of this first race. Are we going to get underway? Not quite yet, still under the safety car. And we're off once more, so Inzy in the McLaren, your race leader. Looking like he's pulling a bit of a gap out already onto Chris, currently in 2nd place. There's Chris, followed very closely by Moz in 3rd, Dan Bailey and Seabroad in 5th place. Good little battle here at Phil Seabroad and Dan Bailey fighting it out in these early stages, 4th and 5th. Chris now, your race leader. Incy moves down into 3rd position. Moss takes 2nd place. So your top 4 guys got a little bit of a lead now over the rest of the pack. Incy drops down to 3rd after taking that pole position. He's a quick guy there, so see how he does. We're still coming to the 4th minute mark, so plenty of time left for INSEE to take that first place back once more. Moz doing really well at the moment, sticking with Chris. Good 4th place there for Dan Bailey. Here we go, INSEE and Dan Bailey fighting it out now. Dan Bailey's in the draft, he's going to make a manoeuvre on INSEE, looks like it. Is he going through it? He is. Don't think he's going to be quite close enough on this occasion. No, not quite close enough for Dan Bailey. But he's sticking with these top runners at the moment, so he's doing really well. And as you can see, we've got a bit of a gap now between the top 4 and 5th place, which is Seabroad. He's pretty much on his no pressure on Seabroad, or is there? Yeah. Oh, Benzo and K3 fighting it out now. K3 goes down the inside of Benzo and he takes him. So great pass there from K3 to take Benzo, take that 7th position off him. Benzo dropping down into 8th place. So a good little battle between them two guys. They'll go down the field just a little bit. Molson, who as you can see had the off back there, and he's doing well to come up to place. Molson. We've got Shameless Cash and Pickle. FirePower's down into 12th place. Zero Car Killer with a wee small penalty, followed by Savage Ginger goes down the inside of Zero Car Killer and takes him. So a good little pass there from Savage Ginger. Zero Car Killer carrying that 1.5 second penalty. So back up your leader once more, which is still Chris Moz 2nd and INSEE 3rd. Dan Bailey hanging on to that 4th position still. Dan Bailey still sticking with his top 3 guys. Good to see Dan Bailey take a win. Currently at the moment in the lead is Chris, who's bagged 2 wins in this championship so far. Moz in 2nd, and he's bagged 3 wins in this championship so far. So his Moz is going to add another win to his bow, we'll see. Just come to the 7th minute mark, fastest guy on the track is now race leader Chris on a 1:25.327. Good little scrap here between 3rd and 4th, INSEE and Dan Bailey. Dan not quite close enough yet to make a manoeuvre on INSEE, but he's not too far behind, just a few more corners. He might make a manoeuvre on him. See how this one pans out. Right up his rear box now is Dan Bailey. Is he going to go down the inside INSEE? Not quite close enough this time. Let's go down to your 5th place guy, which is Seabroad. No pressure on Seabroad at the moment, but he's in a good 5th position. And we've got Molson now up into 6th, so he's made a few places up as Molson, so he's doing really well. Wanting to grab as many points as he can in this race. Tony in 7th, followed by K3 and all that. Not all that far behind him in 8th place, and Benzo now in 9th position. Oh, it's a good little scrap here between Molson and Seabroad, and Molson's got him, so Molson moves up into 5th now. And a cracking race as Molson after his off back there in the early stages of this first race from Atlanta in the USA. Go back just a little bit here because Tony's fighting it out now with K3. Unfortunately, K3 is carrying a 0.5 second penalty, which will do him no favours whatsoever because he's getting a little bit closer to Tony. Seamus Cash in ninth. Pickle now making a manoeuvre on Benzo, and he takes him, so a good pass there from Pickle to take that 10th position off Benzo. Benzo now fighting it back. Sticking with him is Benzo. Good little scrap here between these two guys, 10th and 11th place. Firepower still in 12th position. Oh, then Benzo's going for it. It's going to go down the inside as he has a little look. Oh, and he takes him. So a great pass there from Benzo. Take that position back off Pickle once more. So I think these two guys are going to be fighting it out till the end of the race. Let's see how we're getting up front. Chris still in the lead. Moz, Incy, Dan Bailey still in the top four. Remains pretty much the same. Dan Bailey there in fourth. He just dropped back off just a little bit from these top three guys, but he can still see him, so still a chance for Dan Bailey. Moss now getting a little bit closer to Chris. Let's see if we can find you guys a major battle going off. There's Molson in fifth. Tony and Seabroad, 6th and 7th, looking pretty good for these two guys. Eighth, 9th and 10th place guys not too far, but oh, Seabroad goes off onto the green stuff. Oh, lucky there for Seabroad. Give it the beans he wants to try and stay with Tony, so no pressure on Tony at the moment. No major pressure anyway. K3's not too far behind him. Shane McCash, 8th place. Seabroad, Pickle. 9th and 10th, 11th is Benzo. 12th is Firepower. And we've got Sam's Ginger, 13th, and Serial Car Killer in 14th. So all them guys are pretty much spread. Like Chris has pulled a little bit more of a Leo. Incy's taking fastest lap time, 1:24.368, so Incy in third spot is really on it in this first race from Road Atlanta in the USA, so we can't quite write off Incy yet because he's on the pace. Dan Bailey still in fourth. Let's see how far Mulson is off Dan Bailey. Still quite a bit of a gap, but 12 and a half minutes gone in this first race, so I'm not sure if Mulson's going to have the time to catch up to Dan Bailey, but you never know. One mistake from Dan Bailey, then Mulson is in. Go on board with Tony to have a little look what it looks like for him as he chases down K3. It's half a second penalty for Tony, which he gets rid of. Loses him a little bit of time on K3 there. Oh, he's coming down. Oh, just behind him there was Shameless Cash. Doing well in the 8th position at the moment. Seabroad is currently in 9th place. Still looking good for Chris. Is he going to take the win here in the USA at Road Atlanta? We'll see. Moss though not giving up the ghost just yet, staying with him, so wouldn't like to put money on this one, guys, because it's pretty close between these top two. Let's go on board with Moz as he gets a little bit closer to Chris. Great inboard camera view. Really shows how much these racers are working. Is he going to go down the inside? Oh, that's a little look, not quite close enough yet, but he's giving it a go. Right, we're on the final lap, so let's go. Back up with Chris. Oh, going to be a battle to the end. Great racing from the League 2 guys on this 6th round of this championship. As you can see, 6th, 7th and 8th and downwards has finished this race already. We're going to stick with these two though. Chris in his Mitsubishi. Oh, Moz goes down the inside of Chris. He's going to take him. I think he's got the line for this left-hander. Oh, great race in there between these two guys. Almost pretty much, yeah, pretty much neck and neck. Oh, what a scrap. Who's going to take it? Oh, and Chris just takes it from Moz. What a finish between them two guys. And Lindsay takes 3rd. Dan Bailey's going to bring it home in 4th. What a battle there at the end between Chris and Moz 1st and 2nd. Awesome stuff. Good 4th though for Dan Bailey. Mulson takes 5th. Keith 3 takes 6th. Tony in 7th. Same as Cash in 8th. Seabroad in 9th. Pickle in 10th. Benzo 11th. Sam's Ginger in 12th. Firepower 13th. And Serial Car Killer in 14th place. What a finish, guys, between Chris and Moz. Awesome stuff. We'll see you shortly for the second of 3 races.